Okay, it is March 27th, 2015, 10:18 a.m. Calling Judy Salinga Punyko, the board chair of ISD 709 School District, Duluth. Judy Salinga Punyko, this is Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. Of course, you know, I'm recording this call because you are a harasser and your husband harasses me on the phone, so this is for my safety that I'm recording the call. Plus, you have a history of illegally withholding free electronic information, so I just want to make sure I document this for when I file a complaint against you. Today is March 27th, 2015, 10:19 a.m. You are put on notice that I'm requesting the free electronic information from ISD 709 School District. I want the affidavit of candidacy for School Board Member Annie Harala, Art Johnston, Rosie Loeffler-Kemp, Mike Merneke, Judy Salinga Punyko, Harry Welty, let's see, and who else do we have here? And Bill Westholm. You know, oh, by the way, I was just wondering, how come you refused to approve the resolution that Art Johnston and Harry Welty did back in December 22nd, 2014, you know, asking for an investigation into the violations of the Minnesota Data Practice Act by ISD school personnel? Oh, is that because you're involved in it? That's probably why. But anyhow, I'm just trying to figure out how come your school board is, at least your IP address for your school, is sitting on my website. The host is sw.duluth.k12.mn.us. They're on there looking at my post about my talking to Duluth Police Chief Gordon Ramsey about, well, apparently about you illegally withholding information. You know, that and Art Johnston's trumped up trespass charge. Also, you know, you're looking about my information about how I'm dealing with the Morris Area School District, Diane Moeller, that superintendent, you know, Sick Rick Lane, that type of thing. So apparently you have plenty of time to, you know, read my blog instead of sending me my free electronic public data. So, you know, that's just more of your harassment on your part, because you're nothing but harassers, aren't you? So, you know, that's the thing. That's why I'm documenting this phone call for my protection, because you're a harasser and you're illegally withholding free electronic public information. So, you are put on notice. I am recording the call, and I will put it up on YouTube, just like I promised before. Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. Oh, I want my information emailed to me. You do have my email address. You know, I've sent you numerous emails. I will start calling you back and reading my emails to you, so I have that all on audio also. Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. Bye.
Circumstances in which the school board did not vote to waive the attorney-client privilege. Secondly, Mr. Welty has been advised on several occasions of the importance of data privacy. The above described conduct demonstrates that Mr. Welty abdicated his responsibilities as a member of the school board in favor of his personal interest.
Okay, then you would move that.
Second.
Seconded by Member Welty. The motion for the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly seconded by Member Welty, and upon a roll call, we will have a vote, but first we are going to have discussion. Thank you. It's been moved and seconded for the motion. Member Johnston.
I see what's going on here again. I see our attorney's name. They're making it as $25,000 or $3,000 for this trip up here. I also understand that he was the one that recommended that we throw in the racist comment for me and the charges against me.
That's out of order. Let's just stick with the resolution.
Well, since this attorney has also drafted this one, I think he's suspecting that when he's making $25,000 to $3,000, it's pretty disgusting. I think people in this community should know how much money we're paying attorneys. We paid him, I believe, $60,000 this year. At least $20,000 went against me. Who knows how much this is going to be after that. So I think the public should know that the attorney that's representing this district is actually an ambulance chaser. He's going everything he can, throwing things like racist comments.
Please do not resort to it.
I do have to
finish up?
Yes, I do. I'm going to make a motion to delete and substitute this amendment.
No,
yes, I am.
Motion, you can
I'm making a motion to delete and substitute.
Okay.
Okay, this is the resolution that I'm substituting. 1. Resolution, investigation of the district lack of compliance with Government Data Practices Act. Whereas on February 26, 2013, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, St. Louis County, concerning increases in cost of the long-range facility plan, soft costs of the long-range facility plan, soft costs, change orders, energy and sustainability designs, and compliance with that. This request has only been partially, almost not at all, complied with. Whereas on April 24, 2014, this request was submitted to Independent School District 709 concerning change orders between ISD 709 and Johnson Controls Incorporated. Whereas on August 11, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, St. Louis County, requesting all emails, documents, memos, notes, call logs, and meetings involving any school board member, any attorneys, the superintendent and his cabinet containing Art Johnston or Jane Bushy from September 5, 2013 to the present. Whereas August 18, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, requesting all communication between ISD 709, attorney Kevin Rupp, Flinsky, Mark, and Johnson, and any contacts with the firm Flinsky, Mark, and Johnson containing to the investigation looking into allegations concerning member Art Johnston, and the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Whereas on August 18, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, requesting all communications, including emails, memos, documents, notes, call logs, and meetings between Independent School District 709, superintendent or his cabinet, including staff, including Lincoln Park Middle School administration, and any school board members concerning the elimination of community outreach program, and the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Whereas on September 2nd, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709 requesting all communication between its employees, elected officials, agents of Independent School District 709 on one hand, the officers, employees, agents of Johnson Controls on the other hand, concerning the subject matter of change orders entered into between ISD 709 and Johnson Controls dated January 13th, 2012 and November 30th, 2009. And the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Therefore, be it resolved, the school board hereby authorizes an investigation into why these Government Data Practices Acts have not been complied with the investigation to be conducted by the law firm Dryle, Swilarski, Knudsen, and Palmerville, LT.
Second. It's been seconded by Member Welty. All in favor, say aye.
Mr. Chairman, this requires discussion.
Okay, discussion. Loeffler-Kemp, did you want to discuss this or?
No, not this.
Okay, we'll stick to the amendment. Member Sliga-Punko, didn't want to get your button up?
To discuss the resolution.
We'll go to that. And Member Johnston.
Sure. The reason I'm doing this is that I think that it's important that the public know, and also other school board members that pretend they don't know, that this school administration, the superintendent, staff of this administration, including school board, have repeatedly violated the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act with no impunity whatsoever, without even responding. I think I listed 6 of these. I had one brief thing. I got one paragraph back on the other one. Other one said, "Oh, we'll respond here anytime." It's been 3 months. Other one has been over a year. And I think that to have this board go forward with such outlandish actions against a board member when they themselves repeatedly violate the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act is really unconscionable. And so I'm asking people to vote for this. If they want to have this district comply with Government Data Practices Act, that we should vote in favor of this amendment to finally make things right in this district.
Member Welty?
I find this a very surprising and interesting amendment. I do not predict that it will pass, but it has to do with the subject of the first resolution, which is information, what should be made available to the public. The original resolution calls for the censure of me for releasing information, and I'll have comments to make should this amendment fail. But I do think that Member Johnston has made a very good point. This school district, administration, school board, has lived and died by the withholding of information on the assumption that any bad information whatsoever is looking backwards. And I have been aware of many requests by Art Johnson over the course of 4 years, and before him 2 years worth of Gary Glass's requests, and they have been routinely denied. And when people are routinely denied access to what should be public information, for instance, where $84 million of public spending went on soft costs, it leads to suspicions. And this is a school district, it is desperately in need of building trust with the public. And I have sympathized with Art Johnson, even when I was not terribly happy with him a few years ago, because he has constantly asked for information, such as these most recent examples, which should be made available made available to him at some reasonable way, perhaps with some charges, but he has constantly been denied. And yet I have been called on the carpet because I have, I think, quite reasonably been found guilty, or will soon be found guilty. I'll find myself guilty of releasing information that I know I should not have released. In fact, I intend to vote for the censure motion, although there are some points of it I would like to ask about. But I do think Member Johnson is, and I will reiterate, completely right in making a point that when the school board acts in a capricious fashion and only releases that data which it wants to and actively encourages the administration to withhold other public data from a minority, it is not acting in the best interests of our community, our schools, or our children.
Member Johnston?
Sure, I'd just like to add to that. Mr. Wulf, you reminded me of the issue that we got that was written by our attorney Rupp, that sent out by Bill Hansen to us on the cover letter of this 67-page report about me. And I said anybody violating such Data Practice Act request of the Minnesota Government Data Practice Act is liable for a $15,000 fine. Of course, I've been waiting to have the superintendent be given a fining himself $15,000, and also remember here 2 months ago when our Human Resource Director violated Data Practice Act talking about my marital status and an employee's marital status. I've been expecting to get $15,000 or $30,000 the school shouldn't be having now, so I'm certainly looking forward to that. And I'm saying that somewhat facetiously because knowing this board and the superintendent, this administration, that certainly probably won't happen. But it should be happening. So instead, this board is going after Member Welty for a censorship thing. He's already admitted publicly that maybe that wasn't such a good thing to say. But I think that here we have blatant things where our own financial director says that people, through people that I mentioned, not Mr. Welty, should be given $15,000 fines, and nothing is happening whatsoever. It's been very surprising that nothing happens. But yet I hear on Saturday morning that, hey, we're going to have suddenly a meeting on Monday. I think it was done in the just of Christmas spirit. So that was really nice. I think that I would also like to make. Again, on this one, I think that here, if we have an investigation into the superintendent, I think that is long, long overdue. And I think this would get us back on the right track as a board to have transparency and moving forward, finally, to have some accountability and transparency that these people in this community are really getting a little bit tired of going after the superintendent and 5 or is it 3 board members going after other ones. I think it's really unconscionable, and it would be a good statement finally to make to the public that yes, we're going to finally do something right and have an investigation into the superintendent.
Member Welty?
Thank you, Member Johnston. I guess I would make this comment. If it is true, and I suspect it is, that the Director of Human Relations and the Superintendent have released data private information, then I am in very good company indeed.
All in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. All opposed say aye. No.
No.
Okay. Let's do this one more time. There's a motion to amend. All in favor of amending the motion, or of the amendment motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, no? No. That fails 2 to 5. Okay, we'll vote.